What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this episode of Latest on Sports Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you guys who took the time out of your day to click on our video and listen to what we have to say. So we appreciate you guys. And today, we're going to discuss the crazy trade that went down in the NFL today. The Seattle Seahawks have traded for superstar safety from the Jets, Jamal Adams.
The trade consists of Seahawks getting Jamal Adams in this year's fourth-round pick, and the Jets are getting starting safety Bradley McDougall, a first-round pick from this year, a third-round pick from this year, and a first-round pick from next year.
Exactly.
So a lot
of trade capital.
So a lot to break down here.
A lot of trade capital going down. First, I must say, both Tyler and I have different opinions on draft picks, okay? Let's both state it. For me personally, I'm a fan of using your draft picks to draft players in the draft. I'd rather, instead of trading for a superstar or a household name, I'd rather use my own picks to make a player a superstar or a household name. That's just how I roll. What do you think?
I think picks are too risky. The draft is sometimes can be very overrated, and first-round picks can be very overrated. And so if you're gonna, it's very unpredictable. While you can trade for someone that has proven themselves, and the only potential bad thing about that is that they might not work in your system.
Exactly.
But that is something that you need to do your research on with your team. So I think that you should trade away top picks for proven players.
Yeah, that's fair. But one thing that the average fan may be missing from this is Jamal Adams is on his fifth-year contract. He's under contract for one more year.
Yep.
All right? So just so you guys know what a fifth-year contract is, anyone who is drafted in the first round, picks 1 through 10, the team has the opportunity to pick up what's called a fifth-year option. A fifth-year option for any player drafted 1st through 10th overall is the average salary of the top 10 highest paid players at that position.
So that safety spot.
Exactly. Any player who is drafted 11 through 32, their fifth-year option will consist of the average salaries of the 3rd through 25th highest paid players in the NFL. So Jamal Adams is making a lot of money this year, but what's even bigger is how much money he's going to be making next year. Jamal Adams is a multi-time All-Pro, multi-time absolute star for the New York Giants.
Jets. And not anymore.
Yep, I guess not for the Seahawks. And so one thing you have to look at is, like I said, he's got one more year left on his contract. Then he's going to sign a mega contract. Will it be with the Seahawks? Who knows? It might be another Jadeveon Clowney situation where
I guess 1 year.
I guess Jadeveon Clowney hasn't. What is that guy doing? Nobody knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's supposed to sign last week, I thought.
Dude, who knows what's going on with Jadeveon Clowney?
Weird.
But to break it down, Jamal Adams has 1 year left on his contract. The highest paid defensive back in the NFL this year is Darius Slay, who is set to make $16.7 million this season. You've got to think Jamal Adams is going to want to be the highest paid, not only safety in the NFL, but defensive back, which means he's probably going to be asking for at least $18 million.
18 to 20 million.
18 to 20 million his first year. And so you guys know, all right? So you guys know. For the average fan, if you see somebody sign like a 4-year, $100 million contract, that doesn't mean they're making $25 million every single year. It might mean they make 20, then 24, then 26, then 30. So it rises each year. So while
guaranteed money.
Exactly. And while Jamal Adams might make 18, if he signs a 5-year deal and he makes 18 million his first year, he might be making 23 in his fifth. So will the Seahawks be able to pay him? And with this draft capital, is it going to be worth it?
So now I'm going to jump into why the Seahawks have done this. So, and basically justify it and also point out why the Jets are in a good situation as well. So I'm a huge Seahawks fan, and if you know the Seahawks, they don't like to draft first-round picks. They love to trade to the second round. They love trading back. They love getting multiple picks and trying to find gems late in the draft, like they've been doing pretty well. So it kind of justifies why they gave 2 first-round picks, because eventually they're going to be traded anyway, and we're trading 2 picks that aren't proven for a safety. That's really good. The 3rd round pick is what kills me, though. I wish that we didn't have to throw that 3rd round pick in there, because I do think that there's some great value still in the 3rd round.
And the Seahawks have found amazing success in rounds 2 through 4.
And we did. The Seahawks did get a 4th round pick back.
Correct.
But obviously that you're losing 32 more picks there.
Yep.
What's in between there? So you lose a little bit of value there, but in the end, you just have to look and see that Jamal Adams is a top 3 safety in the league, and he's proven himself. And you can also see why the Seahawks did this, because, Bobby and Russell aren't getting any older. So it's
any younger.
Sorry, they are getting much older.
Yep, that's an issue.
Both are pushing 30s now. And so to look back, people are going to be very disappointed with the Seahawks if they only win one Super Bowl in these guys' era. Obviously, they were super close with the won Super Bowl with the Patriots. Don't want to talk about that.
Run the ball, dang it.
People still say that to this day, but
I mean, shoot. So
this is
what
I got one last
you got
thing.
something else. Go for it.
It would be so disappointing to not win another one in these last 4 or 5 years that Russell and Bobby have together.
So me, as I said earlier, I'm a big fan of using your selection. So here's where it comes in for me. Obviously, they got rid of Bradley McDougall, their starting safety.
Seahawks did, yeah.
Yep, the Seahawks got rid of Bradley McDougall, who started for them for a couple years, maybe not every game, but I mean he was good for the Seahawks. He's got 1 year left on his contract, which is a thing that you'd need to take into account. He'd need to be re-signed after this upcoming season. He's 29 years old, so he's definitely older than Jamal Adams is. But here's where it comes in, all right? They traded their starting safety, Bradley McDougall, and in return, they got a starting safety, Jamal Adams. Is the gap of talent from Bradley McDougall to Jamal Adams that much more valuable than the talent you're going to get in those 2 first-round picks to where it's worth the trade?
And you just have to see when the draft comes around.
I don't know.
It's a huge thing. So, in terms of the Jets, when you're looking at this, they're obviously going to be happy. Jamal Adams wasn't fitting in with...
He wanted out. I mean,
it's
a great deal for the Jets. You get 2 first-round picks for somebody you're going to have to sign
and a third round and a starter. So, obviously, the Jets got a lot.
Yeah, for somebody who was either going to leave in free agency or, he just wanted out. He's probably going to hold out. He's been talking crap about your head coach for God knows how long.
I mean, as much as I don't like players doing that, Jamal Adams might be right. I don't know if Adam Gase is.
And yeah, I mean, this isn't the first player we've heard talk bad about Adam Gase. I mean, shoot, he might be one of the worst head coaches in the NFL.
Might be. We'll see this year because these next 2 years mean a lot for the Jets. They could go from
especially in Sam Darnold's development.
And this is the year that the Patriots finally don't have the conference wrapped up from week 1.
Exactly, and I mean the division's open. The Bills are. I mean, they're looking good,
very good.
But shoot, I mean the Jets.
The Dolphins are rebuilding.
Yep. So I mean the division's open. I don't want to say open, but it's more open than it's been for the past few decades.
For sure.
So really, for me, I think the Jets won this trade. Okay?
And I'm obviously going to take the Seahawks side.
Yeah, and so in my opinion, the Jets won this trade to get 2 first-round picks. I mean, it's the Seahawks. They're a consistently good football team, so it's going to be mid to late second round. Not the end of the world. Still, not the end of the world. You're going to get 2 mid to late first-round picks. You're also going to get a third-round pick, and you're going to get a day 1 starter to replace Jamal Adams and Bradley McDougall. And they still got Marcus May, who's an up-and-coming safety.
Yep.
Great starter. He's going to play very well for New York this upcoming season.
And he gets a lot more room to work.
Exactly. He's going to take on more of a leadership role this upcoming season with Captain Jamal Adams gone. So, in my opinion, I think the Jets won this trade by a landslide. Not only did they get rid of a player who wanted out, not only did they get rid of a player who was going to ask for a lot of money, not only did they get rid of a player who was talking down on their entire coaching staff and front management, but they also got 2 first-round picks, a starting safety, and a third.
And this is why you cannot say that right now, because it depends on who the Jets get.
Fact.
You can't say this right now, and then all of a sudden the Jets pick a bust and then like an average player. And then you're like,
that's
wow.
True. And that's the risk. That's the risk that comes with drafting.
And, if the Jets, I'm taking that trade for sure. But to say they won on a landslide is crazy. They did just lose the one of the best safeties in the league.
I'm also looking at it from a monetary value.
We will see, though. In the next 2 years, obviously the Seahawks are going to feel like they won the trade.
It's going to be
But 3 to 4, we will see.
That's a good point.
But the Seahawks, they don't pick that first round anyway.
Yep.
So, honestly, I think both sides won a lot.
They both got better.
They both got a much better.
No team got robbed. Unless, like when you look at every trade Houston has made, okay, Houston got robbed in every single trade they made. Jadeveon Clowney, DeAndre Hopkins, whatever it was, David Johnson. Laramie Tunsil. Yeah, they get robbed in every single trade, okay? Most trades, both teams get better. No, the Texans don't get better in any of their trades.
Jeez.
Sorry, I just had to bring that up to put in some perspective. But, yeah, that's basically all we have for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked the video, leave a like rating. If you enjoy our content, subscribe for us, all right? We're trying to grow. We're trying to push. In this upcoming month, we're going to start getting more equipment to make our videos better. We're going to try to get an editing program, a mic to make our videos clearer. Things should start being a little bit smoother here in the future. So stick around. I promise things are only getting better from us, and more content will be being produced on a more often and frequent basis.
And we really hope that we have a football season this year. High school,
Exactly.
college, and football.
Just any sport, really, in the
Yep.
fall, preferably football. Shoot, I mean, if we don't get to go to games, I mean, if the stadiums have to close, it's not the end of the world. Let's just watch it at home. I mean, most people
Yep.
do that, all 16
All right.
games. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed our content. Leave a comment on anybody that you'd like us to reach out to for a interview, or a comment on any other ideas in any sport that you'd like us to talk about. So, thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys later.